D-Tron did this.
I like that one.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of D-Tron Does It. Of course, I am D-Tron and I does stuff. And this week, I'm showing you guys the Auto-Vox Solar One Pro wireless backup camera. What's that? Basically what it sounds like. It's a wireless backup camera, and it was sent to me by the folks over at Auto-Vox. And they told me that this is the easiest setup for a wireless backup camera on the market. So that's what I'm going to be testing today. How easy is this thing to install? I'm going to tell you about exactly what's inside the box. I'll tell you some of the features that this wireless backup camera has, and then I'll tell you whether or not it's helpful, because I'm installing it on my 2013 Nissan Murano, which does not have a factory backup camera, so backing up at night into my driveway with these really dark tints can be an issue. So hopefully this thing is going to solve that problem for me. As always, if you reach this point in the video, I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And if you decide not to, well, I won't even be mad at you. All right, let's open up the box so I can tell you what's inside. All right, so this is the Auto-Vox Solar One Pro wireless backup camera. You're going to have a warranty and technical information card. There'll be a owner's manual, and then here's your camera. Got a pretty nice mount already attached to the camera. That's how you're going to mount it up to your car. So giving you a full view of this thing. Here is a charging cable that comes along with the camera. You're going to have to charge it before you use it. This is a sticky adhesive. I'll show you how to use that here in just a moment. And then it comes with an accessory box. And inside this accessory box, you're going to actually get a mount for your screen. And then we're going to see your actual backup camera screen. That is where you're going to mount in your car. So this is the whole bundle. Here on the side is a place where you need to charge it, and there's a little red indicator light shows you that it's being charged. You got to charge it for about 4 hours before you start installing it. That way it can have a full battery. As far as the installation goes, this thing is really easy. As you can see, I'm taking out 2 screws that hold my license plate in. I'm actually going to clean off the backside of this because you'll use that red sticky adhesive to line up your screws for the camera mounting. Now, sorry, the camera did go in and out of focus quite a bit here. I apologize about that. That was, some technical difficulties, but didn't realize until much later. All right, so now that you got your sticky back on to your car, you'll just peel off the top red part, and then you apply your camera right to the mount. Again, it's cut in the shape of the mount that's already attached to the camera, so it makes it really easy to put this thing on. And then you're just going to put your license plate back in place and then screw your license plate back in. And your setup for your camera is basically done. You'll end up turning it on, and it will pair automatically to your backup camera screen once you got your backup camera screen plugged in. Here, you still have access to the side. You can plug in a portable battery charger to charge this thing up after the battery fails, which is probably about 6 months. And then here is your power button. And as you can see, there's still access to your trunk latch in case you need it. Now, inside of your screen controls, we've got pair. There's some brightness and contrast controls, mirroring controls, some reverse timing controls, and then guidelines. And of course, there's a reset button in case you need to reset the monitor. So going into here, we'll look at some of the brightness. We'll turn the brightness all the way up, and then you'll see it's got a pretty clear picture for what you need. I do have it zoomed in, so if this doesn't seem like it's exactly in focus, I do have the camera pretty close to the display just so that we wouldn't get a lot of glare. This is just some contrast controlling, lighten it up just a little bit. That way you can see the picture a little clearer and see that there is stuff in that garage. So again, the contrast can allow some things to pop out. Now, mirror in normal, you can actually flip this thing. So if you install it underneath your license plate, you can flip it upside down. There's timers that you can set for how long the reverse camera will stay on. And you can also turn those guidelines on or off if you feel like you don't need them. Now here, I'm just showing you how the camera looks as you are backing up to the garage. Now, it's really important for me to say that this thing has an adjustable camera in the back. Here, it looked like on the camera, I was really close to my garage. This was a lot of space left. And so what I eventually did was went in and adjusted that camera down. That way you could see a lot more of the lower portion of the driveway or lower portion of wherever you're backing into. And that way it gives you a much clearer picture of the things and how close they are to you. So those lines are really valuable, but not if you got your camera pointing at the wrong angle.
Here I'm just showing you that this is a 2-car wide driveway and it's got a pretty wide camera view.
All right, so the backup camera is installed, and I'm going to give you my top 3 pros and top 3 cons for this backup camera. Now, keep in mind, the video says that it's sponsored because they sent me the product for free, and that is true. But I'm going to give you my true opinion about this product, and you can make up your mind whether or not you might be interested in getting it. So, top 3 pros. First, it's got to be the setup. This thing is very easy to set up. They weren't lying. You unscrew your license plate, you put up a bracket, you put the camera on, and then you screw your license plate back on, and you're all set. It does require you to charge the wireless camera up prior to putting it on, but even with that, like, this thing is a super easy setup. So that's the top pro for this device. The second thing is going to be the fact that it has an adjustable camera on the rear. Now, yes, it is a manual adjustment. It does not move on its own, but you can go and adjust where that camera's pointing, which is really going to help you with getting accuracy with the guidelines that it provides. So I would say that that manual adjusting camera, that way it's not fixed, is probably the second pro. And then the third is going to be the price. Now, I got the device for free for someone who doesn't have a backup camera in their car and needs a backup camera or backs up a lot, or even just wants to improve visibility and safety in their vehicle. This is going to be a very affordable option and probably significantly less work than having to get one installed into your actual radio display. All right, now for the cons. Probably the top one is going to be picture quality. You can certainly see everything that's on the display, but it's not HD, it's not 4K, and for some of you that may not even matter. But for others, they may want to see that picture very clearly. And again, you can see everything that's there, but picture quality could certainly be improved. The second thing is the suction cup for the mount doesn't do that great of a job of sticking. Certainly you could fix that by applying something else to that suction cup. You could get another sticky back, or you could find a different way to mount up the screen. But the mount that it came with, again, it was hit or miss. Now, I do have a textured dashboard, and I tried it in a couple of different places to see if it would stick better. Didn't get much better results in any of those places. So the picture quality and the stickiness of the mount are two of the cons. And then probably the third one is going to be that you have to have this thing plugged up. Now, I know it's a wireless backup camera and the camera itself is wireless. And if you've seen any of my other videos, then you know I harp on wires a lot because I don't like to see them. I wish this screen kept itself charged for a long period of time, say like a month. That way I don't have to plug it in occasionally as opposed to having to leave it plugged in, because when I do that, I have to run that wire wherever I finally decide to mount the camera, which again, I don't want to have this wire free flowing through the center console. If you don't mind having the wire exposed, if you don't mind finding a different way to attach this mount, and if you don't mind the picture quality not being HD, it's a solid pickup. I mean, it does the work. I'm going to try this thing out at night to see what the quality is at night when I'm backing up. But so far through the day, this thing would have been a pretty solid pickup. If you're looking for something a bit higher end, maybe this isn't the one for you. As far as ease of setup, I don't think you can beat this thing. All right, so that's the video for the day. I appreciate you watching up to this point. If you could, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, get some alerts, find out when we're dropping new videos. And if you decide not to do any of that, well, you know what? I won't even be mad at you. Till next time, guys. Peace.